Well, this is what they call the sweet grass. They burn the sweet grass before any ceremonies or anything about the Great Spirit or the Spirit or anything that got to be done. And you should be clear everything with the personal mind or anything to clarify things that the Indian would do before people or the God's people, so that be won't be well known through the spirit or the peoples of this world or the language which the one that speak. This is I'm as to here now. I have to say something about my people in this civilization. Now, what they have to ask me first, how I become to be known to the white people or the immigrants that come to this continent. It's quite a while to get everything in line or to be understood by the white people to the Indians. There are several tribes, several hundred tribes in this continent which speak different language, and they do in a way of their own worship, and they sacrifice in a way, some way, so that their life or the power or this thing has to be go perpetual. The perpetual way of doing this. Now we come to a place like a halt, or we are stopped by some other more good things of immigrants, which they spoke of and doing it, and now we've been within before the people that who wants to know how the people are getting along in this civilization. So whatever they want me to say or do or perform, why that's up to them, or then I have to do something that which I like to do. But first of all, I'll ask you or ask me, we both have to ask each other whatever or the principle one or the kind which you like to get on hand. Right, Chetuelo?
The pipe ceremony.
Yeah.
What is it that you smoke, and what is the significance of the pipe? What does the pipe mean?
Well, no, as I'm here burning the sage grass to fill up the pipe first, if you have the sage or the sweet grass, why you have to burn that, and that takes that's clear to clarify of the it got to be worthy to bring salvation to the people who ask for prayers or in this ceremony, so that if we are not in right minded, why this will take away before those sacred words has to be said, and then you have to do according what the advice of the older folks about the pipe. Now this said it's a piece of a rock and a piece of a stick, but the Great Spirit have looking down upon the Red Sioux man, what he would be given as a gift to used in ceremonies are for his salvation, freedom and justice and liberty, and communicate with certain kind of a spirit. And this is what he given, not exactly as this pipe is, but something else, which brought by the sacred animal, what they call the white buffalo, and brought part of his animal kind. So what I want to do and say with the pipe, I want to feel it and smoke it, but as just we would see here at this time, as I am at the age of 73, and I had knew not very much, but little about this pipe, which my grandfathers used in their prayers for healing purpose or salvation, or more that to how to live in the way of the 4 seasons and the 4 winds. And that's how they guide themselves. That's how they come. And that's how the people have chiefs. Chiefs were the only one may handle the pipe in order so that it will be respect, and what the people want in their needs could be given by the Great Spirit. It will not be shown like a humankind with the hands delivered to the man who offered the prayer, but it's the way that the people who had dreams, miracle dreams and visions, and afterward they knew that this pipe is sacred. So they used this one here, and now at this time I am showing here with the peace pipe, and it's much more to me than anything else, because they use in ceremonies that are known. I want the white people to understand by using of this sacred pipe, especially at this moment. If I do ask for help from the Great Spirit, I have to do in a way so that I'll get my answer. As the people, the immigrants or the foreigners, they came here, and later in not very many centuries, but they came, and I don't know where that good book is, but they said they had a book, and what is in the picture we see in the Columbus hand portrait, where then there's a book and with a flag and a spear. Maybe afterwards, after Columbus discovered America, why some white people came there on the shores of this Western Hemisphere. And later in time, I didn't know, but the people said that they had made peace with white folks with the Bible and the pipe, and they call it peace pipe. From there, they couldn't name it anyway, so they call it peace pipe. Now we have to know that this peace pipe will really mean something to the white folks. So now, few weeks ago and few months, not many months, but I think we could go by the weeks that the American Indian movement in Wounded Knee had negotiated peace or some demands that the people prayed if a man who would come and recognize these people that who were the ones and who one of the Sioux race who never get together and never been in a place with the entire government of the what they call themselves the United States government. And that was what I learned, that none of the tribes or none of the people or none of the state governments never get together and form into a government, but they call themselves the United States. None at one time, in a year time or 5 years time, they never get together to form a nation or a country and call it United States. There are not very many white tribes come to the shore and claim themselves that they're going to be a government. They have been fighting over this country to be a king or a government or a leader or the president. Now still we have to do something in order to have a right man for in the seat of the governmental wave. Now the Indians never get together with the whites at one time, not in 1 year. 1 year would be a short time. 2 years may be a short time. 3 years or maybe a half century be a short time. To this time, now it's about how long it was the government or the United States government forming to this government. Do you remember in your history?
1776 was. It's
17,
about 300 years.
300 years. And any of these, do you think I'm civilized to talk to you, or do you think I'm civilized to understand the civilized language?
Yeah, yes.
I understand?
Yes.
How do you know that I understand the civilized, your language?
Because I've been listening to you.
What that would mean?
You understand what the civilization, the white man's civilization is. You can recognize the faults in it and the problems of its civilization, and they are seeing it. Some of the people are seeing it themselves now, but still, you see it clearly.
I see it clear.
Yeah.
You think I see it clear? And do you think the white men see this the using ceremony with peace pipe? I think they see it clear.
No, because they don't understand it.
And what do you think if I would understand the government language to have a peace with them, like at Wounded Knee, like one of the attorney, Brazil, went there and have smoked their pipe, that what is done there is still be forgotten. He went home again and break his own promise or break his own peace or the treaty that should be prolonged till later in some centuries, while all these Indian.
Yeah.
So now if I do say like this way, or if they do say this way, I would use the white language in my prayer to withhold or approve that the peace or that what is done in Wounded Knee is before God. You think that is done before God? Brazil done what he done with the Indian?
No.
That was not before God.
No.
So if I do anything here, that would you think I do anything with God or?
Yes.
They had more education, and they're the one the South here over there, and that United States Assistant General should know that they want peace. So now this pipe is laid this way. If the white man touch it, now it's true. Because the beginning of this world, a word is a word, and the word is made with God, and the word was made flesh. Three in one God, you see. There is not one God for three. We couldn't have no peace treaties for 3 times. One is enough with this one here. So Rizal, he has to keep his word. And the chiefs, there's one chief have to live perpetually till time come to leave this world. And the United States government changed every 4 years. Another administration come in. And he never knew nothing about, he never hold his pipe in his hands in them terms of his presidency. So from this time, we'll say, but just I said, if I didn't use the right time or the right word, why, then people use the right word that time. See how much prayers you have to make this picture or this film, but then you learn how to control the camera. That is physically. And what I'm doing is spiritually. That's what the Indian do. So you do physically what the wind could blow it away, but the spiritually stands for its spirit. So Rizal should know. No, that's why my son is a spiritual leader. And I have to support him in a way so that the people would know, even our own race, did not know much about the sacred worship and ceremonies that take place. If they want to do anything before God, why they really have to fast or pray, and they have to hold their heart together with the pipe. And when that's over, they release. One hold at the bowl and one on the stick. And when they do this, why, that is sealed before God. So after that, if my people have trouble, it says, you didn't keep your promise, or these ceremonies, nothing, or these peace treaties, nothing. Maybe that's the way they think, and that's the way they thought, and that's the way they're doing all this time when this United States government start. But no one ever tape it or never no history about it. So you people come here, you think we're well understand about civil government, but the civil government didn't understand us. They say, we're going to carry your burden, we're going to feed you and learn you how to pray, but they didn't say nothing about money. Then that's all. So they give us something to eat. Now, time has come to learn about the Christian life and our government, our state government and local government. This Indian never practiced anything to be one of the leaders of the local government or one of below the lowest and then up to the presidency. And at this time now the people want to know who has the power. The Indian didn't have the power to speak for himself. So we have to go into the word of the government. Word of the government, and the word of the government are the people who were taking care of the words why didn't pay attention to it or didn't keep their word. So the other people, white folks, white people, are good white people. I think they want to help us. No, the government want to stop them, stop out the people in Wounded Knee, but they still held their pipe to this time, and I want to do this in order that every household or every who can could have a pipe, and what the pipe told or what the pipe said, or what you have to do with it. But the white folks, when they had this done, they think that's all. Or this is just a piece of rock and a piece of stick, that's about all. But to this time, to compare what is up here, two arrows and what is on the picture there, why they used this to pray for rain to make the earthly herb or whatever has to be growth way, and there's two arrows there is present the life and death. If I have to die for my country, if I have to leave my country, the white people have to know about these two arrows. They take my arrows and throw it away, and they give me something else. They give me in a way. There's a fire in there and I smoke for peace. And this other way, they had a weapon against me for peace. And they want to find number of people in Rapid City to, they're the one that had the weapon while they're in Wounded Knee. This is my weapon. So, and the white man, the weapon is contain a little bit, maybe stick or plastic with it. I smoke this daily for my health. Whatever the people want to favor, why I smoke with them, and we find peace or health or whatever we want, but we couldn't get out of the border of what the white people think. We should not go out of the border, but in our borderline or our margin, when we use this pipe for sacred purpose or ceremony, well then we say it covers the entire Western Hemisphere or the entire world, because they never knew what we people of this race in the Western Hemisphere, we pray for peace when the First World War was take place and the Second World War in Vietnam. We use the same weapon, same instrument. We employ that, so our boys or the U.S. soldiers be saved. And we ain't doing that after the peace was to be settled. Why something turned up over here and Wounded Knee. I thought it'd just be what they call the police work. No, they had tanks and heavy armored car and all kind of weapons to. I think one tank and one armored car and about 10 marshals could clean that bunch of people in there. You don't know how much arms they have. They may have some clubs or maybe some people went in there to see that what the peace would be look like. They want to defend their people or the people's mind that what it would look like when marshals they're surrendered, all right, but they have to come into their hands to capture them. Now they said peace and everything, and when they disarmed by the marshals and FBI and policemen can do the arresting. We are not that kind of people. We never ask you to, or we never ask you what people to put away their arms. You have to look in a book or piece of paper. Piece of paper like here, like a piece of paper. If I had Uncle Sam put his dot on there for the beginning, we have to start with a dot for peace. I think what peace we made with the white people is just a kind of little piece of a dot like that, and our peace is little bit of a thing towards the white man, but our prayers never relieve. But our prayers, when we pray to the Great Spirit, what little things the white man had possessed in this hemisphere, we had the mouthpiece to the dot, and we said this is going to be the foundation. We said before God, and we raised our right hand for that, and we shook hand. Where is all that thing done before God? Where is it? So the Spirit is going to bring back to this nation. So those marshals or them FBI's have knew nothing about the peace. I think we'll never have peace with anybody if we kept on. So I ask, and I will ask, I ask the Great Spirit to help me with the people who were traveling by air and the banking world, because those people want to travel safe, but them hijackers, you never can tell who's going to do the hijacking, and we don't know who's going to rob the bank, and we're the third person. There'll be something, harm will come up to us individually, like a yellow thunder and bad heart bull. So we need protection. We have to have something in order to our own protection. And I think what we were told is this pipe, they call it peace pipe. The white folks will never knew what peace is, because they get the increase in the human civilization. They get increase, and our civilization. going down. Now, to this that, I want to rest, but I have no place to rest. One of my other kinsmen will have no rest for his rest.